Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a collective love reading. It actually just started off as a collective reading, but as I was doing my pre-shuffle and as I was pulling in some songs, I was getting an underlying love vibe. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on messages. I pick up on energy prior to a reading. And then I will come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify that message. So as I said, I was pulling in some messages and some songs. So I'm going to start with those first. And then I'm going to pull some cards. A very interesting message coming through. So this morning, my daughter said to me randomly, "Are you going to pull a reading on the end of the world?" And I just looked at her and I thought, why? She picks up on things intuitively. Oftentimes we'll go out to dinner and she already knows where the waitress is going to sit us. And it happens all the time. I had been picking up on end of the world energy. I'd been hearing for the past few days, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. The energy I'm picking up on is there's some big change happening and ending to what you already know or what you've previously been in. And you're almost not really fazed by it. And the end of the world for you could be totally different to somebody else. I mean, the end of the world could be hanging out your washing and it starts to rain on a surface level. The end of the world could be somebody passing away. It could be the end of a relationship. It could be the end of working in a particular job. It's going to be different for everybody. But the energy that I'm picking up on is that whatever it is, maybe previously it would have been earth-shattering for you, but there's almost a feeling of calm is what I'm getting. Now, yesterday I was editing a reading and I've just posted it this morning, which will be a couple of days ago for you. I did two readings. The first one was on jurisprudence. I was picking up a term, jurisprudence, and the second one was in a legal battle with somebody. I think this is a continuation of that because I had to go out this morning and I put my songs on random shuffle in my car. And I got through the song Still Fighting It, which is the song that I pulled through for the reading that I posted today about a legal battle. And then two songs after it in my random shuffle this morning. Now I've got thousands of songs on my random shuffle. So the fact that that song came through again, the next song that I got was Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. So I'm still pulling in that energy of some sort of battle, struggle, dispute, something earth-shattering that you've been involved in, potentially with some sort of sinister character, some sort of devil-like energy that in the past you may have seen as earth-shattering. If the world was ending, you'd come over right is a song that just popped into my head. Some sort of battle that you've been in. And so it was ironic that she said, the first thing she said to me was, "Are you going to do a reading on the end of the world?" Now there was a huge, I think 7.1 or 8 earthquake this morning in Russia, which there's a tsunami warning. I know today's the 18th of August. I know tomorrow, the 19th, is a huge day for earthquakes. Some of the planetary alignments are just primed for seismic activity. Maybe that's why she said that. But I wasn't going to do a reading and I was just tidying up my table, getting my cards ready for my readings that I'm going to do tomorrow. And I thought, no, I'm just going to do another random shuffle while I'm clearing the previous readings' energies from the cards. I got, because I used Gregorian chants to clear the energy, I got Justorum Anime. Now that's Latin. Even if the soul is dead, it is at peace, is what that means. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. Even if the soul is dead, it is at peace. Then I got Gangster's Paradise by Coolio and LV. Ties in with that energy that I've been picking up the last few days in those readings. Accidentally in Love by Counting Crows. Now that's from the Shrek movie, and I'm sort of not really familiar with the Shrek movie. I watched it, God, many years ago with my kids, but I haven't watched it again. But there is a villain in that movie. Accidentally in Love means that, and it'll make sense as I pull through the other songs that I got. Whatever this situation is, this earth-shattering situation is, it's the gateway to a new love. Because if you think about the Shrek movie, Princess Fiona had to leave the castle. Her world ended, but accidentally she fell in love. The Only Boy Is Awake by Meadows suggests to me that one or both people in this situation have either been through or are going through a spiritual awakening. And what I would say to that is, I had an interesting conversation with my husband this morning on the way to the airport, and he said to me, I had this dream that we won the lotto. Now, my husband, I love dearly, but is a very 3D practical man, probably because, you know, he's in his 50s, very traditional, provider energy. I had a dream that we won the lotto. I'm very spiritually awakened. My response to him was, haven't we already? The Only Boy Awake was the song. And when you look at, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine, that would be a response of somebody who is spiritually elevated, somebody who understands that there is a process of death and rebirth, and that, what's that song, Closing Time, is the beginning of somebody else's end. That there is, it's almost like this natural progression of life, of beginnings and endings, of beginnings and endings, of beginnings and endings. The next song I got was At the Beginning by Anastasia. Now that's from, not by Anastasia, that's from the film Anastasia. And again, it's that love story of a romance blossoming out of something that would be seen to be world ending. And then I got, and I don't know how this ended up on my playlist, I got Perry's New Apartment, Terence Blanchard. Perry Mason does whatever it takes to get people out of seemingly hopeless situations, which ties back into the beginning of, you know, Gangster's Paradise, Smooth Criminal, something happening in your life that feels like it's the end of the world. The other thing that I got was a quote. The people that you meet are either reflections of a repeated cycle or guides towards a new start. Notice the difference. And that ties in for me with those that are spiritually awakened, the only boy awake. Those that are spiritually awakened see an ending, no matter how bad it is, actually as a new beginning. Right, so I'm just going to get the energy. Wow, and on the bottom, the lovers. I'm just going to get the energy of this situation. The High Priestess. That's an inner knowing, an inner strength. That's a dragon. The High Priestess is the moon. The things that are hidden. Interesting. Now, when you think about Shrek, he didn't know that she was the princess. When you think about Anastasia, the movie Anastasia, she didn't know that she was the princess. There's something hidden. See what else we got. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is the death card. That is number 13. That's Scorpio and Pluto. Pluto is transformation. That's death and rebirth at the beginning. The end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine because it's a new beginning. How beautiful is that? 2 and 13. One more. 10 of Wands. Yeah. the end of whatever heavy burden this has been. Tens of the end. And on the bottom, we've got the Tower. Now, the Tower is Mars energy. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. The Tower is Mars energy, which is a stripping down of whatever this Ten of Wands is. It's waiting for those eggs to hatch. The High Priestess is also what's hidden from you, what was hidden from Shrek, what was hidden from Anastasia. Well, I'm going to pop those there. I know that's out of shot, but okay, let's get, and I didn't say in the beginning, I don't think, all of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs because I'm an illustrator as well as an intuitive tarot reader. If you are called to any of those, the links to them can be found in the description box. So this is my Divine Messages Oracle deck. What messages? Divine Intervention. Wow. And Get Off the Grid Hermit Mode. What I'm picking up from that is, and I'm hearing the lines from at the beginning, that Anastasia, that song from Anastasia, started out on this crazy adventure, didn't know what we'd have to go through, but here we are. I don't know what the next line is. At the beginning with you. Whatever journey this is, it's a journey back to this new love. Whatever this Ten of Wands is, this transformation, this spiritual awakening that's happened, and my ear is ringing. Spiritual awakening, get off the grid, hermit mode. That's the Hermit card. That's the man that goes to the top of the mountain to get enlightenment. We have the song, The Only Boy Awake. It's unlocked a freedom. And it's unlocked the freedom, the rebirth. Yeah. The High Priestess here is what's hidden. Like my husband said this morning, I had a dream we won the lotto, and I said, haven't we already? Which means I'm not searching for it, which unlocks the freedom. Something that you have been trapped in, which potentially in the past would have meant the end of the world, or would have been seen as the end of the world. You're seeing it through awakened eyes. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. Even if the soul is dead, it is at peace. And that quote that I got, the people that you meet are either reflections of a repeated cycle, what you've been in, or guides towards a new start, death and rebirth. Notice the difference. You've noticed the difference. You've got the key. Your spiritual awakening was the key. And that's brought in divine intervention, which has brought the Tower down on whatever this situation is and set you free. That's gorgeous. Let me get one more. In Between Worlds. You're at the end of one, at the beginning of another. There's a card in here. That's my Moon Oracle deck, and it's called Void of Course Moon. And it's where the moon is in one astrological sign, or it's leaving one astrological sign and moving into the next. But it's not quite left, and it's not quite in the next one. And it's almost the void. That's where you are. It's almost like you're standing at the door and you're waiting for it to be opened. You've opened the door. Okay, let's get... I'm going to move those along because I think I want to get an angel card. My question was, who has been walking with you in this stage of the journey? Number 43, that adds up to a 7. 7 is a highly spiritual, 7 is, for me, the number of God. Vialua, protection from your enemies. Smooth criminal, gangster's paradise. How crazy is that card? Protection from your enemies. And I always say that anybody that's on a spiritual journey is protected, because our soul mission, everybody's soul mission in this life, is to grow and evolve. And how do you do that? You do that by tapping into your higher self, your spirituality, removing yourself from the 3D, getting out of the matrix, and learning that even if things end, even if the world is ending, or the world as we know it is ending, that presents us with a new beginning. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to pull some cards now. I'm just going to get 4 cards across the top. Let's see what... Wow. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful new beginning. The aces, though, are gifts from God. They can be financial, but we've got potentially according to the songs I'm pulling through, a new love coming. The Ace of Pentacles is the slowest moving ace. Might have taken you a long time to get out of this situation. A long time for you to get to where you needed to be on your spiritual journey, your own internal spiritual journey, which then activates this divine intervention. Page of Swords, the Sun in Gemini. I want to say finding your own truth. And what does that do? That is the card of a 777. As I said, this is a 7. 777. That's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. If you think about Jupiter, it's expansion. Actually, I think one of the alignments tomorrow on the 19th is Jupiter and Uranus. Now, Uranus is the planet of earthquakes and Jupiter is expansion. So if you think about like tectonic plates expanding, contracting, and then obviously, interesting that that card came through. Maybe you've had a spiritual earthquake in between two worlds, things pulling apart. We've got the Star on the bottom, which is Uranus, but it's also healing. Let's have a look, one more card. That's the Death card. It's death and rebirth. This is beautiful. And the Four of Swords, which is healing. Healing after whatever it is that this situation has been for you. And you must be fairly chilled because my dog, who sits beside me when I do readings, he picks up on energy. He's an incredible energy reader and he is asleep. Just heaved a big sigh and is asleep. So he's picking up on your energy. There's a real, things have fallen apart, but everything's going to be okay kind of feeling to this, a real calm. Okay, now I'm going to use my Lovebirds Tarot deck. That was my Divine Portal deck. This is my Lovebirds Tarot deck. I want to see what information I can get about a person that's coming. This new love that's headed towards you. Let's see what we can get about this new love. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is Venus in Pisces. The Seven of Cups is often, choices. Maybe you have choices. But if you look at this little bird on that cup is only building the nest in one cup. Potentially the person coming towards you I want to use the word loyal. I just heard the word picky. Not somebody who spreads their love around everywhere. If you think about Fiona and Shrek, they each had their own things going on, meaning they had their own battles. Not flippant with their love. And if you think of Fiona and Anastasia, both very independent. Look at that little bird. I mean, that's going to fall over, right? This is somebody who is, they'll do it themselves. Very self-reliant is the word I want to use. Can we tell me more about this person coming towards you? Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a planner. The Two of Wands is making plans. And when you think about Mars in Aries, somebody with Mars in Aries is actually very much like Fiona and Anastasia. They know their worth, they know their value. And somebody like that defends themselves, but also defends the people that are around them, the people that they love. Independent, fiery energy, that's what's coming towards you. Look out. Let's get a bit more information. Wow, the Star. Could be an Aquarius, this person. Very healing. The Star is healing. The Star is also Uranus. Aquarius is the rebel. This person is not afraid. If it's something that they believe in, this person is not afraid to stand their ground because they know themselves. Independent, fiery independent, and they know themselves, but very healing. This person is very, very healing. Let's get one more on this person. Well, we've got three. Okay, so we've got the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. Virgo are planners. If you've got Virgo in your chart, they're planners. And we've already got this. This is the planning. King of Wands. So the Wands are creativity, highly creative person. Standing their ground, independent, standing their ground. And we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. It's also Mercury, a great communicator, but Hermit can also be somebody very quiet, somebody that believes in love. But if you think of the Lovers is the twins. So there's two sides to this person, potentially soft and quiet, but can be very fiery. When something or someone that they care about is being attacked. And on the bottom, the Nine of Wands. That's Wounded Warrior energy. The Nine of Wands is the Moon in Sagittarius. And as I said before, you know, Shrek and Fiona both had things that had gone on. If you've got things that have gone on with, you know, we had Gangster's Paradise and Smooth Criminal. If you've had things happen to you that have made you feel like it was the end of the world, this person has too. I want to look at the energy between you. Let's have a look at the energy between you. Too many there. King of Swords. The energy between you. One more. Wow, the Ten of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Nine of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Wow. Wow. Okay. The Ten of Swords. and the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups is the moon in Scorpio, death and rebirth. You have both gone through some form of spiritual awakening, transformation. The Ten of Swords is being stabbed in the back, as I said before. You've both gone through it. The Ten of Swords is the Sun in Gemini. The Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, is Jupiter in Pisces. The Three of Swords is Mercury in Cancer, that's heartbreak. And the Ten of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. It's almost like a kindred connection between two people who have both had their fair share of heartache. Potentially opposites, because you've got the two tens there. Now the 10-10 portal, which is October 10th, is the soulmate gateway. It's basically an alignment of soulmate connections. So if you're going through this now, you're in between worlds, you're being steered through into whatever this connection is with this person, and they're potentially being steered the same. The star is destiny, a destined connection that's being aligned through divine intervention and through the fact that both of you have gone through some sort of, or are in the process of, some sort of spiritual awakening, which is unlocking, which is effectively giving you the key to unlock this relationship. What have we got on the bottom? I didn't check it before. It's a death card. Death and rebirth, which we now have the death card here. We've got it here and we've got it here. And we've got it here. The Knight of Cups is the moon in Scorpio, which is death and rebirth. Closing time. Oh, what are the lines from that song? Somebody else's beginning is somebody else's end. And at that song, at the beginning. Potentially, and you may not even be aware of it, your higher selves. I mean, who is guiding? Maybe your higher selves are actually guiding, knowing that this relationship is coming in, guiding each other. Protection from your enemies. And that may not mean actual protection from your enemies. It might mean maybe something horrible has happened to both parties. This might just mean that through this spiritual awakening, you've been protected from feeling like all was lost if your world was crashing down because of the spiritual awakening that you've been ushered into. That is a form of spiritual protection. Okay, let's get some more. Partnership. New beginnings. And family, friends, and children. Anything else? Obstacles are lessons in disguise. And on the bottom, grow and evolve. I think I said that in the beginning. This was, you were both independently meant to grow and evolve, and then that's what brings you together. Let's have a look at, I always come out before. I asked the question in my head, but I didn't speak it out loud. My question was, who is guiding the pair of you? 64, Michael, animals. Maybe you have spirit guides in the pets that you have. Mercy. 54. And 49, eliminate sorrow. If you think about animals, if you're having a bad day, an animal can make you smile. 69, Rochelle, discovery. Now, I always say, in a reading many years ago when I first started watching tarot, and this particular reading really resonated with me because my name is very similar to that. And this lady had an angel card that had that name on. And whenever I see that card, I always think of me. I'm not saying I'm an angel, but the fact that I'm doing a tarot reading, giving you information, and discovery comes out. Maybe there's information in this reading which gives you clarification and helps you not feel like your world has ended, helps you, excites you a little bit as to the fact that there is this new love coming, and that your spiritual awakening, and the fact that even though things might be bad, you're okay about it. If you're already picking up on that energy and this reading gives you confirmation of those intuitive hits that you're already getting, then my job is done. Let's have a look. This is my Moon Oracle deck. If the world was ending, and that's that song, if the world was ending, you'd come over right. Full moon in Capricorn, get ready. The finish line of a tough ride is in sight. How perfect is that? One more. Okay, we'll have more than one. Okay, so we have new moon vibes in Cancer. Brace yourself for some closure on a personal matter. These cards are great. And I just had massive deja vu. What wants to come out there? Queen of Pentacles, which is freedom, and Ace of Pentacles underneath. Unleash the serene vibes of the disseminating moon and just take a big relaxing breath. Now, I don't know whether you heard it, but my dog, as I said to you before he went to sleep, he took a big sigh, sitting in your energy. Wherever you are energetically is where you're meant to be. You're just meant to be calm and chilled. Supermoon, where feelings go on a wild roller coaster. You're not meant to be up in your head about things that have happened in the past. You're meant to look at them and grow from them. As I said, that quote, the people you meet are either reflections of a repeated cycle. Potentially this is something that's been happening over and over, or guides towards a new start. The Star guides towards a new start, a new romantic beginning for you. Notice the difference. Okay, I'm going to get you a Nodes of Destiny. Currently the North Node is in Aries and the South Node is in Libra. Aries, that axis between Aries and Libra, is self and others, walking towards self and releasing others. North Node, 12th house. If your North Node is chilling in the 12th house, keep in mind that even if you're gunning for perfection, nobody's got it all figured out. To level up, ditch the nitpicking and take a leap of faith by tuning into your gut feelings and trusting the cosmic flow. Now, the 12th house is actually the house of prisoners. So if you have 12th house placements, have a look at what planets are in your 12th house, because it is something that has potentially kept you stuck, kept you a prisoner. Is also, I think 12th house is ruled by Pisces, which is spirituality. So this spiritual awakening that you've gone on, but have a look at what planets you have in the 12th house and what that planet means. Also have a look where your North Node is. North Node in Libra. So these two cards are about where you are moving towards. If your North Node hangs out in Libra, your life's mission is all about juggling self-care and spreading the love around. Libra North Noders shine brightest when they dive into teamwork, socializing, and making connections with their tribe. In this aspect, this is making a new connection with this person. One more. South Node in Scorpio. A South Node in Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is death and rebirth. Wrestles with trust and keeping secrets. The South Node is like a closet full of skeletons holding you back. For these Scorpios, it's all about leaning heavily on others. It's like our cozy den, but to evolve, we've got to let go of the shackles. So this is all about release. Releasing the old to walk to the new. South Node in the 8th house. South Node making a splash in the 8th house. Looks like you've been in a tight bear hug with your cash. Time to bid farewell to those old stuck in a rut alibis and release your inner rock star. Picture it as your snug corner in the universe's fun fair. It's where we say adieu to welcome exciting escapades and brand new beginnings. Perhaps the end of the world for you is something financial. As I said, that conversation with my husband. He said, what if we won the lotto? And my response was, maybe we already had. Meaning that in life, we have each other, we have our kids, we have our dog, we have our health. And sometimes all of those things, once you've gone through a spiritual awakening, are actually of more value than $1 million in the bank. Okay, let's get, and this is my love messages oracle. Let's get some messages from this person that's coming towards you. What would they say to you if they could? Dreams. This person is dreaming about you, and if you haven't met them yet, sometimes you can have dreams with faceless people, but you're in their dreams. Divine timing. I was wrong. I want a family with you. Take these as they resonate. Don't be hasty. That for me is ensuring that you do the spiritual work. And I think in this particular, we've had lots of cards of, we've had the star, we've had divine timing, we've had divine intervention, and as I said before, relationships, these divine relationships, these destined relationships that are guided by spirit as part of a spiritual awakening that you're going through, come together when they're meant to. It's almost like as you activate through your spiritual awakening, it kind of unlocks more doors towards this relationship. In some ways, you've got no control over when this comes in. It will just happen when it happens. I want to make amends. And perhaps, for you, you may have been held in whatever this situation is with this, smooth criminal gangster's paradise. You may have been held there until a point where you reach a certain stage of your spiritual awakening. So the longer it takes you to spiritually awaken and the longer it takes this person to spiritually awaken, depending on where you are, you might be the same in your journey. You could be at different levels. It's almost like, those games where you beat all the baddies and you unlock a new level. You beat all the baddies and you unlock a new level. It's that kind of thing. You've been held in whatever this is, almost, Four of Swords, a spiritual timeout. Not allowed to progress to the next stage of the game until you reach a certain point in your spiritual awakening. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. Karmic connection. Those two go together. This is whatever you've been in is a karmic connection. Potentially the catalyst for your spiritual awakening. If this is somebody who has put you in a world of pain. We have the Ten of Swords there. Put you in a world of pain and heartache and heartbreak. They were in your life to activate this spiritual awakening. This healing that you needed to go through. Potentially guided by this other person. knowingly or unknowingly. The truth will set you free. I need more clarity. Maybe you're getting it. And I just want the best possible outcome for everyone. Okay. I'm feeling lost and lonely. Finally, I'm going to get you a song. I know we got lots of songs that came through, but I just want to get a song to see if there's anything else we need to know about this new love that's coming in. Wow, what a beautiful song. Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow, and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed, I'm going to cry, pointed straight to you. I love tarot when it just says everything that has come out in the cards that preceded it. Two people on their own journeys of heartache and pain that end up on the road to each other. Wow. Okay, finally, I've got some Scrabble tiles in here. I'm going to give this little container a shake. And I'm going to call out the letters and the numbers on the tiles. They could be your first, middle, last initial, could be that of this person, somebody that you're dealing with, this smooth criminal that you're dealing with, something else that pertains to the spiritual journey that you've been on. And my little buddy on the couch has just woken up to me shaking that. He's looking over lovingly. So sweet. K and a 5 is the first one. Let's go. A G and a 2. I want a V and a 4. An R and a 1. An I and a 1. A Z and a 10. An N and a 1. A Y and a 4. A J and an 8. A 1 and a U. Don't know why I sent that backwards. Apologies for that. That was his. And he's looking at me like he didn't do it. He has got an antler that he chews. And he's just dropped it from the couch to the floor, and he's pretending that it wasn't him. A W and a 4. An E and a 1. A B and a 3. And finally, a H and a 4. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. It was really, really beautiful. I'm glad that I was able to read your energy. If the reading did resonate with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. I do post regularly. If you are called to any of the tarot and oracle decks that I used today, the links to purchase them can be found in the description box. Wish you all the best on your journey, and I will see you again in another reading.